an exclusive sports presentation of Superstation WTBS, home of the 1986 Goodwill Games.
Tonight, it's round 3 in the annual bout between the Celtics and 76ers. Winners of the first 2 rounds, the Boston Celtics continue to dominate in the Atlantic Division. One man who'll be trying to stop the Celtic reign is Charles Barkley. The exciting second-year player has been suffering through a Jekyll and Hyde season, but this week he had career highs in both scoring and rebounding. Will he be Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde tonight? The answer is coming next, here on the Superstation. Live from the Spectrum, it's another classic battle as the Philadelphia 76ers host the Boston Celtics.
TBS Sports presents NBA Basketball, America's Game. Brought to you by Light Beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer and less. By Honda. See the Civic DX hatchback at your local Honda dealer. By Seiko. Man invented time. Seiko perfected it. And by Delta Airlines, serving more than 100 cities in the U.S. and overseas. Delta gets you there.
Welcome to the Spectrum, where another large crowd is on hand to watch one of the great rivalries in all of professional sports. Hi, everybody. I'm Rick Barry. Well, I hope you have all of your Christmas shopping done and you can sit back and relax because this should be an excellent ball game tonight. There's been a lot of talk about the 76ers, that they've been struggling. Well, if you look at the statistics, they have lost 8 games by 5 points or less. They find themselves in 3rd place in the Atlantic Division, a half a game behind the New Jersey Nets, but they have won 3 games in a row. And, Bill, they've been able to do it with a new look in the starting lineup. They have Julius Erving starting in the guard position.
Rick, the Sixers are a team in transition. Sometimes transition is smooth, and sometimes they're kind of rough. This one I'm not so sure about. When I see Julius Erving at guard, I'll reserve judgment on that. But if they're going to compete with the Celtics, they're going to have to get consistent play from Charles Barkley. Because if they get that kind of play from him, they can be real tough. But, Rick, so far, he's been a very model of inconsistency.
Okay, well, let's look at the flip side of that coin, the Boston Celtics.
Now, that's a team on the roll. They've won 21 their first 26 games, which indicates they've been pretty consistent. And the guy I think that's been the most consistent has been Kevin McHale. I'm not saying he's the best player on the team, but for night in and night out, he's been on the job every night. And because of style, he's going to create real problems for the 76ers defensively, Rick.
Well, we know that's for sure because Matt Guokas told us before the ball game that he's going to put Moses Malone on Kevin McHale. So it shows you the respect that they have for Kevin McHale's performance. And we'll see how that matchup works and also get a look at Julius Erving starting in the guard position when we come back with the start of tonight's ball game.
Christmas shopping?
Yeah, for Mom and Dad.
Well, here come the Ace December Best Buys. The Sparta's AM/FM digital clock radio with a $3 rebate is only $8.66.
For Dad. The Sunbeam can opener, under counter or wall mount with a $3 rebate costs $8.60.
Miller, everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
And a look at the combatants for tonight's battle between these 2 powers in the Atlantic Division of the NBA. For Casey Jones and his Boston Celtics, Kevin McHale, Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson, and Danny Ainge. Good live shot of Casey Jones. Larry Bird loosening up. Surprisingly, Larry didn't come out before the game to shoot around like he normally does at Boston Garden, but he's feeling fine. And for first-year coach Matt Guokas and the 76ers at forward, Bobby Jones, Charles Barkley, Moses Malone at the center position, and Julius Erving starting along with Maurice Cheeks in the backcourt. Now, Bill, a little story about that as you get a good look at Matt Guokas. I remember in the playoffs of '76 when we were trying to defend as champions against the Phoenix Suns, I was put into the backcourt in the series against the Suns, and John McLeod and Al Bianchi, after they had defeated us in that series, and they called me aside and said, Rick, I knew that when they put you in the backcourt that we could beat you guys because it was the sign of a desperate ball club.
Yes, this club, that is a sort of a desperate move, but this early in the season, they can recover from it. I think it's an interim thing until Andrew Toney comes back.
As the officials for tonight's game, Bill Sauer on your left, Earl Strom on your right. Well, true, they do have a lot more time to work on. And interesting enough, Julius Erving has told me that he likes playing back there. He feels it's a lot easier on his body. And, of course, he's not a spring chicken these days. And they're playing their 4th game in 5 nights tonight. And he said that he feels terrific. And he has to do more running, but he doesn't take the physical punishment that he does underneath. He also likes to be out on the court a lot more with Bobby Jones because he feels the two of them can complement each other defensively and offensively, getting out on the break, making switches between themselves defensively between those two men, and it's worked quite well.
Well, I tell you, the way it'll take its toll, Rick, is on the defensive end of the court. Because now at the guard position, he can't just do the things that he's been doing for the last 10 or 12 years. From the forward position, it's one thing. From the guard, it's altogether different.
Well, conversely, he also could be helping on the boards. He's been still getting 6 and 7 rebounds from that guard position. So if Bobby does his job there, and the way Barkley and Malone have been rebounding, in fact, against Houston the other night, Barkley and Malone had only 1 less rebound than the entire Houston Rocket ball club. So it seems to be working, and we'll keep a close eye on it during the course of this game. Well, right away, Barkley is on McHale. It's not the matchup that we were told about. Moses with the first rebound.
You'll see that a lot tonight, Rick.
Barkley, who has not been good from three-point range, still continues to be off from that area. Dennis Johnson knocked away by Cheeks. Knocked away by McHale, but Barkley gets it back. Now we're 5 against 5.
And you see the hesitance by Julius to make sure that he's from the guard. He's got to do different things. I think if he'd been playing forward, he would have taken that one to the hoop.
Over Dennis Johnson, a tough shot, good defense by DJ. Ainge with the rebound as Cheeks picks himself up off the deck. Ainge, a wide open trail. Moses with the block. Foul spotted by Bill Sauer underneath. It's going to be called on Julius Erving.
He went down the alley, but that might have been the valley of the shadow of death.
Well, if you get to the free throw line, it's worth it as we see it again. Ainge,
I'm not so sure about that, Rick.
I like to know where somebody hit him. I don't see Julius hit him. From that angle, it was tough to see if there was any body contact. Moses got a clean block on it. This is what happened in the first 2 meetings. The Sixers' 97-point average. In fact, they had their season low output in the game we did almost a month ago here when they had 91, were beaten by the Celtics. Neither team scoring over 100 in that ball game. Sixers only shoot 46%, almost 47%, and their opponents are shooting over 50, so they've been having their problems with their defense, even though they're ranked number 7 in the league. Julius can't find the range again, and there's the ever-present Kevin McHale. As Bill likes to refer to Mr. Consistency for the Celtics. Parrish traveling.
Little bitty steps, Rick. But he took him.
Robert Parrish likes to go outside and shoot the jumper, but this time he tried to post up inside. You saw he had to lean, and Barkley moved away, and that happens so often when a player will lose his balance because he's pushing inside low. Malone with the fadeaway. The Sixers are ice cold. Cheeks tracks it down. They still can't buy one. Malone can't buy it. Julius wanted to go for a try, but we've got a foul call inside. Dennis Johnson. And you could see who it was on before we said it.
All you got to look at their faces.
3 offensive rebounds for the 76ers, and they still couldn't get it in. Moses will try once more. McHale with the block. They call traveling, this time on Moses.
Well, you know, there's tall guys that can block shots, but make you take steps around there because you go up and you say, oh, these guys can block it. And they will, too.
The Celtics 2, Sixers nothing. We've played almost 2 minutes now here in the first period. Inside, that's Parrish again against Barkley. Moses with another rebound. Both teams ice cold. Boston 0 for 3.
Good move by
Barkley. That's the first basket for Philadelphia.
I think Parrish is rushing his shots down there because he knows that help's coming and he wants to get the shot out before the help gets there.
Good defense by Barkley, but thrown away. McHale scored. He'll go to the line. Foul's going to be on Bobby Jones. Charles Barkley with a good defensive play, and then the Sixers turn it right back to Boston. There's McHale with a good pass from Larry Bird.
That was a good steal by Larry Bird. All he did just stood in the passing lane and waited till the ball came to him.
McHale completes the three-point play. The Celtics lead by 3. We have got 9 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the first quarter. Philadelphia 1 for 8 from the field. Boston is 1 for 3. Maurice Cheeks from about 18. Maurice Cheeks with a sure right shoulder. Didn't seem to have it bother him on that shot. Dennis Johnson can't find the range. Moses with another rebound. Cheeks almost carried the ball.
Almost.
2 in a row.
Away.
Maurice, two in a row. Sixers take the lead for the first time. There's the matchup now. Malone against McHale. That's Cheeks running over to help out, who committed the foul.
Now, when Parrish gets the ball and McHale gets the ball, they have to have a double team because those two guys, Barkley can't guard Parrish down low. And Moses is going to have a hard time if McHale goes out about 12 or 13 feet because he has better lateral movement.
Kevin McHale shooting almost 55% from the field this season. Had a great game against Dallas the other night when Boston crushed them, scoring the most points they've scored all season, 137. McHale had 28 in that one, along with 10 rebounds. Bobby Jones anticipated Malone going to the basket. Julius tries to save, and that's Ainge with it.
A good defensive play by Dennis Johnson.
And a good one by Bobby Jones. He won't save it as it comes over towards us here at half court. Larry Bird
That
will
was
bring
a
it
dangerous
inbounds.
pass. In
Across
fact,
the green,
it's very
as they
rare.
say.
It's a very rarely is a good pass.
The Boston Celtics have decided to call a timeout with 8:35 to go in the first period. The Boston Celtics 7, the Sixers have 6.
Betty Dorfman before the Nikon one-touch.
Well, the Celtics gets it back and finds Parrish, who takes it home.
And he made that outstanding pass look so easy, Rick.
Well, he makes a lot of things look easy, Bill. Bobby Jones. First 2 for Bobby. Celtics lead by 1. Mick Malone battling inside with McHale top left of your screen. There's a double team now by Julius. Dennis Johnson takes up the slack. First 2 for DJ.
Well, that was a very smart play by Dennis. They gave him a 17-footer. He took a 13-footer.
7:40 to play, first quarter. Barkley against McHale. Shot clock inside of 10. Barkley has it rejected, but they're going to call a foul on Ainge, who came over to help out. He doesn't like the call. Danny Ainge, who's been shooting the ball spectacularly. Let's take a look at the last play. Barkley makes the move with the body a little bit by McHale. Ainge came over to help and really did not commit a foul. You can see by that replay there was no contact between Ainge and Barkley, but actually McHale had gotten him with the body on the drive to the basket. So I'm sure that...
Now, that's one time that McHale did not need any help. You see, a lot of times when everybody likes to double team inside, sometimes with certain players, certain plays, you don't need help.
As you saw Robert Parrish going to the bench, that brought Bill Walton into the game for K.C. Jones's Boston Celtics. The first chance is on the line for Philadelphia. They're 2 for 2. Boston's 5 for 5 in that area. And the Celtics have a 1-point lead. McHale can't get it to drop. Barkley. I'll never give it to Moses out that far. Not a good choice by Charles that time. And there's McHale inside doing what he does best. McHale has 7 points.
That's all right, Chuck. Don't worry about it.
Inside of 7 minutes now to go first quarter. Shot clock inside of 10. Malone muscles inside, and Walton will commit the foul. And we've got a timeout with 6:44 to go. First period, Celtics 13, the Sixers have 10.
Power. That's what I practice for. Power. And afterward, I want all the power I can get in my antiperspirant. Speed Stick.
Now, Speed Stick is improved with the most powerful wetness fighter you can buy. Nothing but nothing fights wetness and odor better.
The Wide Stick.
Reminder that our next telecast will be Christmas night. This coming Wednesday, the late Los Angeles Clippers against the Portland Trail Blazers, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time, and we hope you'll spend part of your Christmas evening with us, coming to you live from Portland. Bill and I will be there to bring you all of the action. Moses Malone to the free throw line, and then, of course, at the conclusion of the game, Bill and I will select the Light Beer Most Valuable Player of the Game in conjunction with the award Turner Broadcasting, and Light Beer for Miller will present a check for $500 to the National Multiple Sclerosis Foundation in that player's name. And there's the matchup so far in the center position. Moses came off a game last night where he scored his high for the season thus far with 37 points in the win by Philadelphia over the Utah Jazz. He also had 16 rebounds in that game as Walton takes Barkley inside. And the size differential is something that the Celtics will always capitalize on. Casey said, when we find a weakness, we go at it.
That's only about a 5-inch difference in height there.
Boston now 5 for 10 from the field. Julius Erving. Philadelphia missed their first 7 shots. They now made their last 5 in a row, and they're 5 for 12 so far in this ball game. Moses with good defense. Bobby Jones with the rebound, and another foul spotted. That's going to be on Danny Ainge, his second. That's the 4th team foul now against the Celtics. The Sixers have 3. Chance for the 76ers to tie it or do a little better as we go inside of the 6-minute mark here in the first quarter. Barkley. Dennis Johnson. Larry Bird. Larry Bird gets on track with his first 2 points, and ironically, Bill, in the 2 games thus far this season, Larry's averaging only 13.5 points a game against the 76ers. But they won, and that's all he cares about.
And I can guarantee you he did a lot of other things besides score points.
Julius on a good cut, takes it home. Good pass from Barkley. That's 4 for the Doctor. 2-point Celtic lead. McHale with a little jump hook right over Moses Malone. Kevin McHale already has 9 in the ball game.
Interesting matchup with Walton and Barkley. They're pushing each other pretty good so far.
That's a push. McHale pushed Barkley so he couldn't get that ball, had no chance to jump for it.
And I want to tell you, you remember a couple of games ago you told me about acting? There's no way Kevin McHale could push Barkley that far.
Now, one thing we have to be careful of, though, is to get a good look at Casey Jones, is that Ben Ephraim, a producer friend of mine out in L.A., said, listen, Rick, he says, if you're going to talk about giving out Oscars, he said, you have to be in the theater. It's got to be theatrical. He says, it's Emmys when you guys are doing TV. So a little Emmy award at that time for Charles Barkley.
This is one of the new emerging stars, young guys that are going to be the new wave of stars in the NBA. Charles Barkley, I think he's an outstanding talent.
Karl Malone, another exciting player, the rookie for the Utah Jazz. Saw him playing again last night.
Come on, Leon!
Good move by Walton. Barkley with the block. Good recovery. 4 against 3. Now Bird's back. Now all the Celtics are back. It is 4 against 5 as Barkley finally joins the hunt. Good defense, McHale. That's the Doctor to Malone. It's a 1-point Boston lead. 4:20 to go, first period. Now the push goes against Moses Malone inside. First foul on Moses.
Those big guys in the middle, they push each other. They call 1 out of 20. And then the guy says, hey, I wasn't pushing him that time.
Jerry Seasting into the ball game for Dennis Johnson. Look at Walton battling inside, left of your screen with Barkley. There they are again. No, Charles, you hit it out of bounds.
Hey, he's giving it the old try, though.
Now watching the left part of your frame. Look at them battling right there. Here he is playing over. So now he'll anticipate the pass. Got the left hand, knocked it out of bounds. Barkley hustling on the defense. Good cut, McHale.
And good shots.
11 for Kevin McHale.
One of the things about playing down low is not so much the shot that you have, getting the correct position at the right time. That's just real talent.
Shot clock goes inside of 10 for Philadelphia. Leon Wood has come into the ball game. Three-pointer, Julius with 5 on the shot clock. Over the backboard, out of the gym, as they used to say in the high school cheering. You see the inside scoring right now, and Kevin McHale mainly responsible for the Boston end of it. So Julius is now back in the forward position. He's guarding Larry Bird as Ainge finally gets a shot off. And Danny Ainge.
Good pick, Bill Walton said.
He's got 4 now, his first basket, and Ainge has been shooting incredibly over his last 2 games, 70%. In his last 8, he's been shooting 64. It's the biggest lead of the game right now. Leon Wood can't find it. Bird. McHale takes off. He still tries to get it to him. A little bit too far.
I think McHale thinks he's pushed him.
I think he thinks correctly. Julius with a little acrobatic move, and Walton commits the foul. Second on Bill Walton. And we've got a timeout now on the court for the Boston Celtics with 2:50 to play. First quarter, Boston Celtics lead by 5, but the Sixers will be at the line when we come back.
Fantastic. Hi, I'm Dr. J. If you like the NBA game uniforms you see on TV, you need a copy of the 1986 official NBA catalog. It's bigger and better than ever. There's great stuff inside, like team jackets from Starter and pro caps from Sports Specialties. And everything in the NBA catalog comes in all 23 team colors. How do you get your own catalog? Easy. Just send $1 to NBA Catalog, P.O. Box 800-800, Seattle, Washington, 98108. You can get T-shirts, shorts, even a Spalding game ball. So remember, send $1 to NBA Catalog, P.O. Box 800-800, Seattle, Washington, 98108. Your dollar will be credited to your first order. Send for your catalog today, and remember, you don't have to be a tall guy to wear what the pros wear.
Hi, this is Bob Neal in our studios here in Atlanta. I hope you'll join us at halftime when Red Auerbach will be here to analyze the ball game for you. This great matchup between Boston and Philadelphia. And Rick and Bill, he's also analyzing your work tonight. So listen closely, and you also join us at halftime. Now back to the Spectrum.
Thank you, Bob. And Bill and I will be looking forward to halftime. And Bill, did you say you want to see if Red can really use IntelliStrator or not?
That'll be different.
It'll be different. You see the shooting percentages. Sixers still cold after getting off that 0-7 start, and the Celtics smoking along at over a 60% rate as Charles Barkley goes to the free throw line. Quickly remind you, this program is authorized under rights that are granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited. Barkley now with 6 points. 5 for 5 from the free throw line. And it's a 3-point Celtic lead. 2:45 to go, first period. Jerry Seasting.
He running up court, he wasn't looking back. Then Ainge almost threw that ball away because he got double teamed and needed some help.
Seasting shooting 74% in his role as a reserve from the field last 7 games. As Barkley inside with that strong move.
Now what Barkley's doing tonight is that they were worried about who he was going to guard, taking advantage of that, but he's going to make them pay, trying to find someone to guard him.
Larry Bird. Barkley with the rebound to Leon Wood.
He had the odd haircut.
Maurice Cheek with a 1-point Boston lead. 2 minutes to play, first quarter. We'll take a look at that haircut, get a close shot of Leon Wood when we get an opportunity. You can't believe this haircut. Bill Walton inside. Malone had it, but Walton's there. Walton with 4 points. doing an outstanding job off the bench for the Celtics, doing exactly what Casey Jones wanted from him when they picked him up in the offseason. Maurice Cheeks. Cheeks hot now from the outside. He's got 4 baskets, 8 points. Minute and 30 to play, first period. Fast-paced ball game. Started off slowly, but they've picked up the pace considerably. Larry Bird. That's Moses.
Good outlet.
4 against 2. Julius will call a pass off. The dunk does not count by Barkley. As Julius crashed into Seasting, they're going to call Seasting for the block. Let's take another look at this. Seasting had fairly good position, it looked like, and Julius was lucky to not have the offensive foul called against him. He'll go to the free throw line. Let's get a close look, if we can, at Leon Wood's haircut, if we can get a chance, as Casey Jones looks on. He's at half court right now. Now check this haircut out. Kevin McHale said, he said it's the what did he call it? The speed racer cut.
Racing stripes.
Racing stripes. That's what it was. I said actually it's the new aerodynamic cut. You had another name for it, Bill.
I fell asleep in the barber chair cut is what you call that.
Leon's been taking a lot of ribbing when he showed up with that haircut tonight. The doctor with 6 points now, and the 76ers have regained the lead. Barkley committed. Walton tries to take it home strong. He'll be going to the free throw line. There's the
Look
gamble.
what I found, and I'm going to take advantage of it. I didn't see the foul. But I'm about 30 yards further away than the referee.
Well, the foul was on Clement Johnson, who came in for Moses to give him a little bit of a breather. Actually, the man under the basket at that time, Clement, had pretty good position. If he had held his position, it could have been a charge on Walton.
That would have been a painful charge.
We're tied at 28.
Because Bill Walton got a head of steam up. There's no way he could change direction.
4th tie of the ball game. And we could have our 4th lead change if Bill knocks this one down. So 4 ties, 4 lead changes. 1 minute to play, first quarter. The Celtics by 1. Not much movement on the part of the 76ers right now. Very stagnant offensively as Barkley fires from long range. Seasting tracks it down, and that's not the way a coach would like to see his team execute their offense, I'm sure. McHale finds Walton, who almost found the hoop, but Julius is there. 4 against 2 for the Sixers. Barkley. Walton with the block on Cheeks. Sixers blow a golden opportunity, and the Celtics come back. McHale. He has been playing awesome tonight. 13 points for Kevin McHale, doing it on both ends of the court. Boston up to a 3-point advantage. Final 15 seconds of the quarter. Sixers will play for the last shot. Can't afford to make mistakes like that 4-on-2, Bill, and turn it around. 4-point swing that time. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Julius with 1 second left. Cuts it to a 1-point advantage for the Celtics. A high-powered first period. We've got 36 more minutes of action for you. The Celtics have 31. The 76ers 30.
Little sharks and big sharks, shooting from the hip sharks. Night sharks, bright sharks, boogie through the night sharks.
At Sharp, we make everything from portable TVs to hi-fi video cassette recorders.
Sneak sharks, chic sharks, anything you seek sharks.
Sharp VCRs and TVs. From sharp minds come sharp products.
Now there's a new route to college. The new GI Bill plus the new Army College Fund. If you qualify, you can earn over $25,000 for college while you learn things no one can put a price on. The new GI Bill plus the new Army College Fund.
Be all that you can be.
Together, they can put you on the road to college.
Find your future in the Army.
When you start something good, everyone wants a piece of it. Take light beer from Miller. Now there's lots of light beers out there saying they're less filling. Heck, that was the easy part. The hard part is brewing a light beer that tastes great. That's why Light's always brewed only with the finest ingredients. To let all that great beer taste come through for guys like you and me. The taste that's made light beer from Miller America's favorite light beer.
Hey, I always thought it was the easy opening can.
NBA basketball, America's game. Brought to you in part by Honda Automobiles.
Rick Barry back with Bill Russell, and I guess this guy goes to the same bar for Leon Wood. Yes, Merry Christmas to you too, young lady. The end of the first period, the statistics. Philadelphia still shooting coldly, but they've increased since the start of the game. Boston slipped a little bit at the end. You see the free throws relatively close. Boston perfect from the free throw line. And it's indicative of what the score is. Bill, it'll be interesting to see what happens because so far this season, the best periods for the Sixers have been the first and the third. And they have played poorly in the second and the fourth period.
That's not good.
And no, I would think you want to play best in the fourth period.
Second and fourth.
And the second and the first and perhaps the third.
Well,
second and the fourth you like better.
If you got to pick two and you're not going to play a whole game, you might as well pick 2 and 4.
2 and 4.
That's always great rhythm, Rick.
Well, I like that. It's a good number, too. Earl Strom, the head official, talking things over with one of the maintenance crew members here. I don't know what the problem is, but whatever it is, they'll get it straightened out, I'm sure. Say, when these two teams get together, Bill, it really doesn't make too much difference what's happening because
Rick.
Earl's going to come over and explain to us what the problem is. Oh, they have a light problem here. They're going to have to delay the game for about 10 minutes.
There's a light hanging loosely by a wire up in the ceiling someplace, and they're afraid that it may come down.
So we're going to have a delay in the ball game.
I just hope it's not a light over our head, Rick.
Yeah, I hope not also, but about a 10-minute delay to try and correct the problem with the light.
Rick, what are you going to do for the next 10 minutes?
Well, Bill, I think we probably could always throw it to Bill, Bob Neal, and Red Auerbach back at Atlanta and see if the telestrator really does work. And we'll try and get them hooked up back there in Atlanta and give them some extra time to
I'd like to see what that light looks like.
Yeah, I'm just trying to check
it
out which one it is. This is what I'd like to find out. Now, what do you think this is going to do to both ball clubs? Everybody's warmed up. They're ready to go. They had, I think, a very exciting first period of play here, 31-30 in favor of the Celtics. Now you're going to have to sit for 10 minutes. I know I wouldn't be too thrilled about that if I were playing.
Well, if I got warmed up, you see, the older you are, the more effect they have on you because...
You actually can get warm these days? There's the maintenance man trying to go out to check the light out up
there he goes.
The rafters. But go ahead, make your point about what happens when you get older.
Well, when you get older, it's harder when you get cold to warm up again. The old body is kind of slow with the old thermostat.
Just like it's slow in healing as well. When you get a sprain or something like that, it takes much longer to be able to recover from a situation like that.
But you'll notice the guys that go out warming up are the guys that are not playing.
The reserves for the Celtics are out shooting around right now. Nobody on the 76ers. Well, Leon Wood. Leon Wood gets here real early also, and he gets a lot of shooting practice. And in fact, he leads the league in three-point field goal action. See, Moses Malone, you see he's worked up a pretty good
well, maybe Matt Gookers told him the same thing Al Davis told Marcus Allen when he said he wanted to run more. There's a track out there, and maybe it says Leon Wood might have said, I need some more shots. And so Matt Gookers said, well, get here early.
Leon's getting him up right now.
Matt Gookers.
Now, Matt, we talked about it. Was interesting. We talked about how you said to him, you come in, and how do you like coaching so far?
I said, when you grow up, you want to be a coach, huh?
He said, boy, I tell you, he said, you know, winning, like you said, winning is tough, and losing's tougher.
It's no picnic, I can tell you.
So whatever they're doing up there, they're taking a while to get it accomplished. He doesn't look like he's doing very much right now.
He's looking. You see, you gotta know what to touch first, Rick. You gotta look, survey the situation.
Yeah.
decide what you're going to do.
Especially when you're getting
and
paid
then go home and get some tools.
Especially when you're getting paid on an hourly basis, right? Robert Parrish, as the rest of the players sitting down trying to get themselves straightened out here. I mean, and see what to do with yourself. Julius put a towel around him, trying to keep himself warm. I'm going to be real interested to see just what kind of effect it has and what the pace of this ball game is when we start off again.
Because the first quarter was pretty quick pace.
Terrific. Terrific, exciting. That's Chris Ford.
Now you see what the coaches are doing now. What the coaches are doing now is milling.
Milling?
Yes, you
milling.
See, that takes a special quality. You don't just stand around like you don't know what you're doing, or you got nothing on your mind. You got to look like you're thinking and you're getting something done. See, if you stand around, people say, well, you can't just stand around like that. The job looks too easy. So you got to look concerned. All
right.
Hey, you look concerned, or you look like, well, now what am I going to do when it starts? And that's not what anybody's thinking.
And so, yeah, but also what happens when we're here, we're stuck in the position that we have to do a little shtick and a little schmooze to try and cover this. try and cover the time here right now to see what was taking place. So milling is the secret to coaches during these situations.
Right. You got to look busy while you're doing nothing.
Listen, since we have Red back over in the studio and he's listening in, now you told me when we sat down at lunch today that you had well, okay, Red, they're all hooked up back there. So before we tell you that story, as they work up in the rafters here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, let's scoot on back to Atlanta in our studio with Bob Neal and Red Auerbach and see if they can get that telestrator working. Take it away, fellas.
We have people up on the rafters working on the telestrator here, too. No, actually, the telestrator is ready, but we're saving it as kind of the main course at halftime. Right now, though, as you can see, Red Auerbach is with us here in our studios. Red, it's great to see you again.
Well, thank you, Bob.
It's always great to have Red Auerbach with us when you're looking at the Boston Phillies. And what a game we've got tonight, a one-point game, Boston leading 31-30. Early in the game, just in a capsule comment, how do you see the flow of it going?
Well, before you go into that, Philly's trying something new and starting Julius Erving as a guard, a 6'7" guard. When you're 33, 34 years of age and you're playing a guard and you're chasing one of those guys around, it's going to affect your minutes, it's going to affect your game. I saw after about 6-7 minutes they changed and put 2 regular guards in there.
Speaking of age, Philly's old period, aren't they?
Well, they had an old team out there. Yeah, they did.
The over 30-year-old gang out there.
That's what you know.
Is that going to affect them down the stretch, even past this game? The age of their team?
Well, I don't know. When they get Tony back, they'll have a new life, you see. So they'll get a little bit spurred up, and he'll come up with 15, 20 a game, and I think that'll help them. They got a great basketball team. But this game today, both teams started nervous, like it was a playoff game, where they all missed, they didn't know what to do, and so forth and so on. But then they got back into the old Philadelphia-Boston rivalry, you know, to get the ball into Moses or get the ball into Julius Erving.
Let me ask you a couple of questions, particularly some things that we were watching there in the latter minutes before we went away, and that is Walton on a couple of times burned Barkley as Barkley overplayed him a little bit. There's Barkley and Walton matched up. First of all, how's Walton's health as our Boston expert here?
Well, I'll tell you, he has tremendous enthusiasm. He hasn't missed a practice. He hasn't missed a game. No, he's been great. I think he's helped Robert Parrish out. I think his enthusiasm and his play has made Robert Parrish a better ball player.
What'll be the key to this ball game in terms of winning and losing it? It's a one-pointer at this point.
I think whoever gets a little stretch, a little momentum, it's going to be on the break. Team misses, you go down, you get an easy hoop, they come down, you steal it, you get another hoop. That type of thing is going to happen, and you don't know to which team it's going to happen.
How big an effect bench coaching, youngster and Gukas, and a new coach in terms of Gukas and Casey Jones? Any difference? No?
No, I think these games are self-contained. I think they can run it without a coach, except for the substitution. Other than that, they know what to do. They've played against each other so many times. They know whether a guy is going right or whether he's going left. They know whether McHale is coming back for that jump hook or that jump fadeaway jumper. They know all that. They know when to drop off, when to help out, everything like that. So I think the fact that Matty Gukas is a new inexperienced coach, I think, is not a factor at all.
Okay, Red, thanks for joining us. We're going to be back at halftime with this telestrator that's right over to Red's left here. We have, we're going to diagram and analyze the first half of this ball game like you haven't seen it analyzed before with Fred Auerbach. Right now, there's a lot of NBA action tonight. We're going to take a look at some scores and also a highlight of one of the ball games. So let's go to the NBA scoreboard. Second quarter score, Washington leading the Lakers 25-21. And there's a final. New Jersey beat Indiana 102-98 at the Omni in Atlanta. Bill Fitch brought his basketball team in, the Twin Towers and the Houston Rockets. Here's Kevin Willis getting past Olajuwon for the slam. At this point, 13-11 Houston. This is all first quarter action. The other Twin Tower, Raph Sampson, watch him on the Lucas miss. Sampson jamming at 17-14 Houston at that point. But here comes Atlanta's secret weapon, the shortest player in the NBA, Spud Webb at 5'7". 3 straight layups that Spud Webb had hit at that point, and the Hawks jumped out to a lead. They're in the third quarter now, 67-58 over Houston at the Omni in Atlanta. And the Knicks are leading Detroit. That's also in the third quarter at Madison Square Garden. And here's the rest of the schedule of games tonight. Chicago is entertaining Utah, Dallas at Milwaukee. Those games just starting in the NBA on this Saturday night. So they're still working on, and there's the other late starts also, San Antonio, Denver, and Golden State at Phoenix. They're still working on the light in the rafter at our ball game at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, but we think they're getting closer to it. We'll take a break and check back into the action. Join us again at halftime. Now back to the Spectrum after this.
Fantastic. Hi, I'm Dr. J. If you like the NBA game uniforms you see on TV, you need a copy of the 1986 official NBA catalog. It's bigger and better than ever. There's great stuff inside, like team jackets from Starter and pro caps from Sports Specialties. And everything in the NBA catalog comes in all 23 team colors. How do you get your own catalog? Easy. Just send $1 to NBA Catalog, P.O. Box 800-800, Seattle, Washington, 98108. You can get T-shirts, shorts, even a Spalding game ball. So remember, send $1 to NBA Catalog, P.O. Box 800-800, Seattle, Washington, 98108. Your dollar will be credited to your first order. Send for your catalog today, and remember, you don't have to be a tall guy to wear what the pros wear.
We understand the Spectrum has the technical difficulties corrected, so let's go back now to Rick and Bill at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. Gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Bob. And I noticed that you fellas managed to waggle out of using the telestrator during that interchange. But nice job back there in the studio. They have corrected the problem. The light has been removed here from up in the rafters, so it offers no threat to any of the spectators.
And I thought that those two coaches did a remarkable job of milling. I mean, see, they didn't make a mess of anything while they were away.
And it was good stick and schmooze on the part of Bob and Red back in Atlanta. As we get back now to action here as we start the second period. Bobby Jones back in for Philadelphia. Robert Parrish in for the Celtics along with Dennis Johnson. McHale with the steal, but it goes back to Cheeks. 5 on the shot clock. They're saying that there was actual possession on the part of Boston and that it was a steal on the part of Cheeks, so the 24-second clock has to be reset to 24, and it'll be Sixers ball on the side. Earl Strom right on top of that play. And don't say anything about that, Bill.
No, I was going to let Earl slide and not say anything about his haircut.
Okay. Leon Wood, his first 2 points of the ball game. 76ers recapture the lead. Clement Johnson tries his luck on McHale. Jones with a double team. Good ball movement by Boston, and Seasting converts.
And that's the reason they got him, to make that shot. Seasting, that is.
Well, he's made 2 of them, 1 from each baseline now. Gives Boston the lead again. Clement Johnson with Robert Parrish on him. Shot clock down to 8 seconds for Philadelphia. Leon Wood. 3 on the shot clock as Cheek finds penetration, and the rebound to Dennis Johnson. DJ from 17. Barkley.
Not a real good shot that time by DJ.
Maurice Cheeks calling out the play he'd like to see his team run. Bird with excellent defense. Shot clock down now to 10 seconds for Boston. Larry Bird misses the easy one on a good pass from Johnson. Another rebound for Charles Barkley. Bobby Jones will go to the free throw line. The foul's going to be against Larry Bird. Bird with only 2 points so far in the ball game.
Bobby Jones to the line for 2.
Larry got caught going out and comes from behind and whacks Bobby across the back and the side of the head.
And saved Robert Parrish.
Picking up a foul.
Right, and those are the kind of fouls that get Robert Parrish in foul trouble later in the game. Those ones that he doesn't need.
Bobby Jones with 3 points now in the game. We're tied at 33. Just inside of 10 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Kevin McHale. He'll go to the free throw line as Clem Johnson picks up the foul.
And that's where those plays that they call it consistently, they call that play a foul. And I think that the defensive man, only way he can avoid that foul is to run off the court and get out of the way.
It is amazing how the offensive man will initiate the contact and wind up with the foul. As McHale with 13 points, misses his first free throw attempt. He was 3 for 3 prior to that one.
So when I was playing, Rick, and I found myself in that position, I'd hit the guy. If you're gonna get a foul, you might as well get something for it.
Celtics with a 1-point lead. Barkley. Charles Barkley now has 11. Bobby Jones.
Good defense by Bobby Jones.
That's Clem Johnson. He gets Parrish to commit. Could have actually let Robert land on him and still got the shot off and drawn the foul on that play.
He's not a scorer, Rick.
Okay. Biggest lead for Philadelphia. They're up by 3 as Larry Bird cuts it to a 1.76er advantage with 8:50 now to play in the first half. 4 points for Larry Bird. Shot clock inside of 10 for Philadelphia. With 5 left, Bobby Jones can't find it. Clem Johnson saves it, but Seesting is there for Boston. DJ to McHale. McHale with 16. Shot. Little jump hook. Celtics now have regained the lead. They have it by 1. 8:10 to play, first half. 9th lead change of the game. Barkley. Foul was called before. No, they call it on McHale for pushing before Barkley made the move. You couldn't see it because he was screened out, so Bill Sauer had a good angle on it. The official, second team foul against Boston. Good cut and pass. Robert Parrish goaltending. The ball was still within the cylinder, even though it was coming out, Bill. Part of it was still within the imaginary cylinder, so they're good call on the officials' part. 10
well,
for
what makes you do that is you jump too soon, and while you're up there, you say, well, I might as well pick it up while I'm here.
Parrish trails down, and from 15 comes through for the Celtics. Parrish now with 4 points.
And another lead change.
The 10th of the ball game, lead changes, that is. He's been tied 5 times. Barkley traveling.
McHale played real good defense on him that time.
Moses Malone has re-entered the ball game. He's coming in for Charles Barkley.
Now, Moses got a lot of rest. That 10 minutes.
And the Sixers can use it again. This is their 4th game in 5 nights. And Moses played a lot of time last night. Played 38 minutes in the game last night. Maurice Cheeks played 41. As you see the turnovers for both ball clubs. So that 10-minute rest could do nothing but help Philadelphia a little bit. Even though they may have cooled off some. Moses got his hand on it, and the Sixers come away with it. Moses battles inside with McHale. Look at the battling in the right part of your screen. Earl Strom right there calling nothing. Moses with a very difficult shot. And the seesaw battle continues. Now the Sixers up by 1. Look at now McHale battling inside with Clement Johnson. And if you think this game is not physical, you're watching a different one than we are, I think, Bill. Dennis Johnson from the baseline. 4 points for Dennis Johnson, and again we change leads.
And when they post up inside, they're beating each other real good. Real bad.
Well, it depends how you want to look at it.
If you're the BD, it's bad.
Shot clock down to 8. Moses, block McHale. DJ can't get the fadeaway. Bird is there. Clement Johnson. Foul. Larry Bird over the back. And this, really, like Red said, they started it out like it was a playoff game and they were nervous. Well, they're playing as if it's a playoff game. When these two teams get together, anything can happen. Get out the armor plate. Celtics 42, Sixers 41. We have 5:56 to go in the first half.
Basketball, the American game played worldwide.
A performance story from Phillips 66. Subject, the environment. The fragile, the beautiful, the irreplaceable. How do we help ensure they'll remain part of our environment? Example, this water treatment system made with a Phillips plastic that helps keep our rivers clean, clear, and alive. Phillips Petroleum. You'll find performance in everything we do.
At 110 miles per hour, engineers find the new Honda Accord LXI hatchback to be quiet and comfortable. At half that speed, you could find it to be twice as quiet and comfortable.
Tonight, after the game, it will be SEC Football 85. Headlines, heroes, and the Heinzmen. Bob Neal, along with Tim Foley, will look back at the great SEC football season. And, of course, you got to see a lot of that great action right here on the Superstation. Tonight, immediately following the ball game, SEC Football 85. Terry Moss into the ball game for the 76ers, and Bill and I sure hope that you're enjoying this ball game as much as we have thus far. Bill Walton has come back in. Kevin McHale to the bench for Boston.
You know what I like about this game, Rick? It's hard work, but it's fun.
Shot clock at 7. Illegal defensive warning against the Boston Celtics. Julius Erving has come back in. Now, Julius started at guard, but he really hasn't played a lot of time back there. He moved into the forward position on the first substitution, and that's where he's playing right now.
And there's another substitution in there.
Boston with a great conversion off of 9 chances, 12 points. Philadelphia not quite as good. In fact, actually, with 12 breaks, 8 points, not that terrific. Moses. Johnson with the tip in. The ball had come out of the cylinder. It counts. Clement Johnson.
And another lead change.
That's not 8 of the last 11 times down the court we've had a lead change. Larry Bird. Larry now with 6 points. Boston's back in front. Malone with the muscle move. Parrish had the block, but the foul is on Robert Parrish.
Well, that's his first foul. But he has been known to get him in bunches. You know, he'll go 10 or 12 minutes with no foul, and all of a sudden he'll have 3 in 20 seconds.
That's the kind of a streak that you don't want.
I think Moses is playing with a little determination tonight.
Moses has been playing outstanding ball, period, in the last week or so. I mean, he was outstanding last night. Basically took the game away from the Jazz, who played coast most of the way. He had 16 rebounds, we mentioned, with his 37 points.
You know, all this controversy, if you want to call it, about the Sixers, got off to kind of a slow start this year also, which is a little unusual for him because he works so hard all year round.
Shot clock inside of 10 for Boston. Larry Bird from the baseline, 17 feet. He's got 8. Larry
Strange,
starting to warm up.
Only 2 shots he's missed have been layups.
And again, Philadelphia is trailing by 1. Moses can't get the reverse to fall. Last touch by Julius Erving, they say.
Good defensive gamble by Julius on that play. I haven't seen young Mr. Moss play before.
Just joined the club on the 4th of December. Dennis Johnson's strong move they call offensive foul. Technical foul on Dennis Johnson. And he's out. He's gone. DJ is gone. Bill Sauer has thrown him out. Jimmy Rogers, assistant coach, holding Dennis back to make sure he doesn't create any more of a problem by getting a suspension or something. K.C. Jones very upset. The Philadelphia fans very happy. Maurice Cheeks to the free throw line to shoot the technicals. Dennis Johnson gets a Christmas present early that he didn't want. Maurice converted the first technical. And a chance to tie it at 46. 3:57 to go here in the second quarter. We are tied at 46. Now let's watch the play again. There goes DJ in, up in the air. Now he pushes off with the arm after getting hit with contact. I can understand his being upset. He did push off with the left arm, I thought, Bill, but he had made contact, and Moses made contact before the push-off. So Dennis Johnson losing his composure a bit, but you can see why it happened. He indeed had a reason to complain because he was fouled before he actually committed the offensive foul by pushing off.
Now, Sam Vincent wanted to play, but I don't think he wanted to play that bad.
Well, I'll tell you what. This will give him experience real quick. Julius from 15 over Larry Bird. Clement Johnson kept it alive. Vincent. Good hustle. Quickly aims to Bird. Excellent play. Larry Bird missed another easy one, but then tipped it back. Not an easy one, but another layup. It was a difficult shot. Bird has 10 points, 6 of those coming here in the second period. Actually, 8 of those have come in the second period. Shot clock inside of 10. Cheeks throws it, almost threw it away. 4 on the shot clock. 3, 2, 1. Three-pointer, Moss. Clement Johnson. The Sixers back in the lead. 3 minutes to play, second period. This crowd has turned on, Bill. It's like
good
playoff
reason. This
basketball.
is a real good basketball game.
Timeout, Boston Celtics. 2:54 to play, second period. Sixers 49, the Celtics 48. Got a lot more action coming your way in just a moment.
Well, I finally did it. I've given up this surfing life and gone out and gotten a real job.
You can do it, Corky.
Whoa. And to celebrate, my pals here sending me off with a little party and some light beer from Miller. Light's taste is way cool, and it's less filling. And I can't afford to get filled up.
Oh, perfected it.
Setting off to find America. Gonna take my own sweet time to find America.
Kodacolor VR films, capturing America in all its glorious colors.
And everywhere I see people smiling back at me, so glad to be in America.
Kodak film, because time goes by.
2:54 to go here in the first half. Reminder coming up at halftime. Bob Neal in a Prudential Sports Update. the special guest, Red Auerbach, and they'll be using the telestrator to show you some of the intricacies of what took place here in the first half. So you get a good look at Matt Gukas and his overall record, first-year coach here in the NBA. Larry Bird on the three-point line. Over the back, Parrish keeps it alive, but Moss is there. Sixers, and their biggest lead of the game has been 3 points. The biggest lead for the Celtics, 5 points. The lead has changed hands 19 times. We've been tied 7. There's 7 on the shot clock. Moses takes it home. Sixers have matched their biggest lead. 2:15 to go, first half. McHale back in the ballgame as Vincent gives it to Parrish.
Good move by Sam Vincent.
76ers now by 1. Robert
Sam
Parrish
Vincent
has 6.
and Perry Moss out there with each other, and neither one have seen a lot of minutes.
Cheeks can't get it down. Parrish with the rebound. Chance for the Celtics to regain the lead. Kevin McHale comes through again. He's got 18.
Good penetration by Perry Moss. Come in, come out, get the ball to the big guys and get out of the way.
1:35 to play first half.
Speaking of big guys, Moses is playing himself a pretty good game again tonight.
Shot clock is at 5. Moss has it blocked by Vincent. Ames to Vincent, blocked by Moss. He returned the favor. Malone to Julius. The doctor operates. 10 for Julius. Sixers go back in the lead. Hard to ask for a game much closer than this one. Julius Erving with the foul. That will be only the second team foul against Philadelphia. First in the last 2 minutes will be Boston ball on the side.
First in the last 2 minutes.
2 fouls on Julius. Larry Bird wide open. Just a little fake to freeze Julius, and then he gets the shot off. Had he gone straight up, Julius would have gotten the shot belt. Bird now with 12. 22nd timeout being taken by Matt Gukas and the 76ers. 33 seconds to play. Boston should get the last shot.
Man, you got a real war on your hand here in a game like this. And because of Dennis Johnson being thrown out of the game, and because of injuries, Perry Moss and Sam Vincent, who wanted to wish his mother happy birthday, are playing a lot of minutes in a key juncture of this game. And that's got to be good for both those young guys to be in a game like this, because there is an element of playoff feeling when these two teams meet.
Even more so than the game we did almost a month ago here from the Spectrum, a game which was won by Boston. It's been an outstanding effort. That game was a score of 98-91 in favor of the Celtics. This game, the intensity level of this game is exceptionally high. Maybe it's because of Christmas time or something. Everybody's in good
Christmas
spirits. Yes.
Especially in Philadelphia, where they...
The city of brotherly love.
Where they booed Santa Claus.
Oh, Phil. That's terrible. Julius Erving. Parrish blocks it. Knocked out of the hands of Moses Malone. The fans incensed that goaltending wasn't called. The starting forwards for Boston have scored 30 points in this game, and the starting forwards for Philadelphia only 14 points. Moses with a lot of green shirts around him. Shot clock down inside of 10. Julius draws the foul against Robert Parrish.
The only option Parrish had then was to get off the court. That's another one of those plays.
19 seconds to go here in the first half. The 76ers with a chance to regain the lead if Julius Erving can convert both of these free throws. Tied at 54. Our 8th tie of the game. Julius has 11 points.
You know, I keep hearing about how old Julius is. He can still play. And I don't see where it makes any difference how old he is.
Well, he's got 12 points. The Sixers lead by 1. The 23rd lead change of the game, and we'll see if we have one more before we end this first half. There's 5 seconds to play. Knocked away by Cheeks. 3, 2 seconds, 1 second. Count it if it goes. And the 76ers enjoy a 1-point advantage over the Boston Celtics in what has to be one of the most intensely played first halves that we've seen thus far in this NBA season. A great effort on the part of both teams. We're going to take a break. Then Bob Neal will come along with the Prudential Sports Update and his special guest, Red Auerbach, and Bill and I will see you later.
Smile, boys. Look at this dang picture. We got bad developing again, boys. My hat ain't even white.
Well, I always said she was yellow.
Oh, that's funny coming from a greenhorn on a green horse.
The horse is green.
Why, you now, boys. Should have used that new Kodak color watch system. Could have had a great picture then. Try it again.
Look for the Color Watch seal where you get your film developed for bright, vivid color prints time after time. And if you don't see that sign, keep on riding.
What happens when you bring together some great personalities with some great bodies? A beautiful airline. Delta gets you there.
Through the winter's bitter cold, see the people huddle.
City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style.
Oh, rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay.
Our warmest wishes for the holidays, wherever you live, from California Cooler.
Heedless of the wind and weather, la 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 la.
For sports you can count on, turn to Headline Sports at 19 and 49 minutes past the hour. Headline Sports on Headline News. We've got your number.
Tennessee goes to the Sugar Bowl, and Bo gets the trophy. Headlines, heroes, and the Heisman. An SEC college football review at 10:20 Eastern tonight. For Christmas night at the Hoop on America's Game, the NBA.
I'm stuffing my stocking with the wind.
To make good on his gift, Clyde the Glide Drexler must stuff the LA Clippers. Live at 9:05 p.m. Eastern on the Superstation.
Christmas night.
NBA, 9:05 Eastern, Wednesday.
This program is brought to you by the Prudential, offering a full range of insurance and financial services. The Prudential, the Rock. It's strong, it's on the move, it's bigger than life.
Well, hello again, everybody. Bob Neal and Red Auerbach back in our studios in Atlanta here with the Prudential Sports Update. Red, it's great to have you join us again.
Well, thank you. It's good to be here.
I can't wait. Rick and Bill have been teasing you about the use of this telestrator that we have in our studios here. And I'll tell you, a man with the basketball experience and knowledge of Red Auerbach, I've been having a great time watching him practice on the telestrator, talking about the essence of the game. So let's get right to it. We're going to talk about the game a little more. It's 55-54 Philly leading here at halftime. And we're going to start, as you see the telestrator over here on the left, with Philadelphia on defense. And the Celtics have the ball. And Red, why don't you pick it up here? You're going to talk a little bit about defense and switching off.
All right, they've got Dr. J guarding a guard, Dennis Johnson. Dr. J normally is a forward. Dennis Johnson's going to throw the ball into Kevin McHale in the pivot. Now watch what Dr. J does. Go ahead, let's run it. He throws it in there. Now he drops back and double teams. Therefore, Dennis Johnson pulls away. He throws it back to Dennis Johnson. He can either drive through or throw it to Danny Ainge. You see, what happens in a situation like that is very simple. When a guy comes at you fast, you can go by him. But he knew that he can go by him. Otherwise, he would hit Danny Ainge because Philadelphia is switching counterclockwise.
In their defense.
So every time there's a double team, there's a guy free, and you got to find him.
All right, let's go to our next one quickly. We hear a lot of talk about the zone and illegal defenses, and Red has a great example here featuring Julius Erving, of all people.
All right, watch Julius Erving here guarding Dennis Johnson, who's a guard. Remember, Julius used to always guard forwards. Now, this paint, that's the key to what they call the illegal defense, this paint. If you're in there and your man is way out, you can't do that. That's an illegal defense. Now watch what happens. Roll this thing. Watch Dr. J right here. He makes believe he's going out there. Now he's back in here. He can't stay there because Dennis Johnson's out of the paint. Therefore, that is an illegal defense. But they don't always call it.
Okay, Red, quickly, thanks for illustrating that, but quickly, tell me your opinion of that rule in basketball, and is it good or bad for the game?
Well, I think it's good for the game, but the trouble with that rule is everybody plays a sort of a zone, and some get caught, some don't get caught. Some referees call it, some don't call it. The whole thing is the interpretation. When are they going to call it? How often are they going to call it?
Time for one quick answer here in only about 15 seconds. Dennis Johnson's been ejected from the game from your Celtics. What'll that mean in the second half with rookie Sam Vincent in there?
Well, it's not the fact that it's rookie Sam Vincent. You see, Dennis Johnson is our stability. When I say our, I mean the Celtics or whoever I will be talking about. He's the stability. He's big, he's strong, he controls the ball, he's a good free throw shooter, he's got the experience. I think that's going to hurt the Celtics very much.
And it's a 1-point Philadelphia lead right now. Red, thanks for being with us. We'll have you back again.
Always nice.
To use that telestrator. It was a lot of fun for me. I know I learned something.
I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to it.
Take notes. There'll be an exam after the ball game. We'll be back with NBA scores, college action, highlights, even NFL as we continue with Prudential Sports Update. Here, Kareem Jabbar with the patented skyhook. 6-4 LA at this point. Now watch the feed. And Bull going over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, slamming it home. 10-8 LA at that point. Magic Johnson dances in with a nice reverse layup, and the Magic Man going there. And the Lakers are tough again, but they're trailing Washington by 3. That's in the third quarter. Final, New Jersey over Indiana, 102-98. A couple of other scores from the NBA. In the third quarter, Atlanta leading Houston at the Omni, and Atlanta at Madison Square Garden, a 4-point lead for the Knicks over Detroit. We'll take a look at some other NBA upcoming games tonight, and we'll be back with the NFL and some college scores. Stay with us.
It is, but it's hot inside this building the way these two teams are playing, Bill.
You know, Rick, no matter what strategy you map out before the game, the only one thing consistent about this series is the intense play, and it's just great basketball tonight, I can tell you that.
Well, you have any feelings about what's going to happen in the second half? The last game, Philadelphia stayed close to Boston, but they didn't execute well going down the stretch, something that's been a problem for Matt Guokas' team this season.
Well, I think with Dennis Johnson out there, out of the game, that could make a lot of difference. He's a great player and one of the guys that really handles the pressure well going down the stretch. Now they're going to have to go down the stretch probably with Danny Ainge and C-Sting, and that's a different backcourt than they normally have.
Well, we're going to see whether or not that helps Boston out or whether it helps Philadelphia out with DJ out of the ball game. We'll see what happens when we come back.
Renault and Jeep, the official vehicles of the NBA, presents the NBA rulebook. In a game against the Knicks, Paul Thompson of the 76ers works free for a corner jump shot. His shot ricochets off the rim, bounces on top of the backboard, and finally lands in the hands of the Knicks. Is the ball in play?
Jeep Cherokee has some advantages you ought to look into, like superior cargo room and room for 5, with a choice of 2 or 4 doors, and 4-wheel drive you can shift on the fly. But the most important advantage, Cherokee is all Jeep, inside and out.
The NBA rulebook states that the front, sides, bottom, and top are live parts of the backboard. In this case, play continues.
NBA basketball, America's game. Brought to you in part by Renault Jeep, official vehicles of the NBA.
And a look at K.C. Jones in the Boston Celtic huddle as we take a look at our first half statistics. Shooting percentages, Boston shooting very well, 56%. Philadelphia with only 44.4. But the free throw percentages, the difference there, 9 times to the line for Boston, 8 for 9. Philadelphia, 15 for 18. So that's really been a big differential as far as this game, keeping the 76ers in control. Well, if you want to call 1 point in control, if these two teams play, it's not much of a control. As we get ready to start the second half, Julius Erving will start off again in the backcourt along with Maurice Cheeks, Barkley, Malone, and Jones. Then it'll be Robert Parrish, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, as you see our scoring leaders, with Ainge and C-Sting now for the ejected Dennis Johnson. The
you
only
think
change.
that Danny Ainge can can handle Julius if he goes inside?
Might have just a little bit of a problem, I would think. Moses draws some traffic. Shot clock down to 7. Bobby Jones comes up short. Saved by Barkley. Good toss out to Cheeks.
Good heads-up play by Barkley.
Get up, Doc, inside!
They're trying to get the doctor isolated on Ainge. That's a double dribble on the part of Maurice Cheeks. Good defense by Seasting.
And a couple of little mix-up on the offensive play there. I can see the Sixers telling each other that's not the way it's supposed to go.
That was the 7th turnover. Charles Barkley now comes up with a good play. 10th turnover for Boston. Another turnover now as they go back and forth. Good steal by Ainge. Parrish comes up short. Both teams starting out similar to what they did in the first beginning.
That shot was too easy. With Cheeks on Parrish.
Look at the left of your screen. McHale battling against Moses Malone. Malone inside, draws traffic. And it could be on Robert Parrish or McHale. It's on Robert Parrish, his third. Malone will be shooting 2.
And so quickly, Robert Parrish has foul trouble.
And Moses Malone, of course, one of the best in the game at drawing those fouls inside. In the game last night, he was 19 for 22 from the free throw line. And those are season highs in the NBA this year for both free throws attempted and free throws made. Of course, it helps to have a little bit of that upper body strength that Moses possesses when you get in there.
And lower body strength, which I think is even more in Moses than it is in most guys.
Moses with 11 points and 7 rebounds.
Shoot it, Danny. And shoot, Danny.
Biggest lead that the 76ers have had so far in this game. They've matched it here. Push inside. Barkley pushing against Parrish.
And he says, yeah, he shakes his head to the referee. He doesn't want to get him upset.
Well, he leads the Philadelphia team in technicals with 9 technicals thus far this season. Bird against Jones. Bird goes to the free throw line. Lowry with a chance to tie it at 57. Second foul on Bobby. We've got 10:38 to go here in the third period.
A good defensive player against a great offensive player. When given the opportunity, the good defensive player is in deep trouble.
Well, we're going to see what happens here as Bird ties it for us. Bird has 15 points, 4 rebounds. And again, remember, Philadelphia has played better in the first and third period, so this is supposed to be their period right now. Let's see if they can extend that 1-point advantage they held at the halftime. Good ball movement as Jones is open, blocked. Parrish. Fans again wanted goaltending. Ainge to McHale. A lot of white shirts inside, but someone hit McHale. I think it's going to be Bobby Jones. Third personal against Bobby. Third team foul against Philly. Boston with only 1. McHale to the free throw line. He was the leading scorer in the first half with 18 points. Boston regains the lead. McHale with 20 points and 4 rebounds in this ball game. Our 24th lead change. Good cut underneath by Cheeks and a good pass from Malone. Maurice with 14. Tied at 59. Irving off the Bird miss. Good defense by Larry Bird playing the passing lane. Larry regains the lead for Boston.
Coast to coast. Okay, I'm sorry.
You didn't really say that, did you?
I've enjoyed this game so much. I'll say dumb things, Rick.
Well, I wouldn't say it's dumb. 17. Moses Malone ties it at 61. Moses now with 13 points. Moses knocks it away as he comes from the weak side to help out. 3 against 2. Irving crashes into Seasting. Cheeks is there for the layup. Maurice with 16 points. Philadelphia ahead by 2. Inside of 9 minutes to go now. Third period. Three-pointer. Danny Ainge. No, it was a two-pointer. He was on the line.
At this point, that was not the best shot to take.
Moses takes it home. Kevin McHale was fronting. No one there to help out as they reversed the ball. Made the Celtics pay the price. The 76ers lead by 4. 8:32 to go. Third period. The crowd very happy. 4-point lead for their Philadelphia 76er ball club.
On June 8, 1984, a tornado struck Barneveld, Wisconsin. About the only thing left standing was the water tower.
After the tornado, people said this is the end of a small town. Barneveld said not this small town.
Round here, folks will always get right in when something gets out of hand.
Just thought we can make it, we can rebuild, we can come back, and we have.
A place where people have a sense of pride, and that's what keeps them right here. Where you count on your own, you call it your home, and Miller's the beer. Miller's made the American way, born and brewed in the USA. Just as proud as the people who are drinking it today.
Miller contains no additives or preservatives. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Some towns are held together with nails and wood, but this town's held together with a lot of pride and a lot of family.
Miller's made the American way.
Out in front, the ball to Williams, stolen by Scott. Give a drive all the way. Scott puts it up. It goes in. Oh!
We're knotted at 27, approaching 2 minutes to go first quarter.
Who's going to get credit for that?
He's got back-to-back buckets. Maybe that'll be another sign.
Pistol's long jumper, no good, and Griffith goes for the rebound, but Lieber comes down, and from a steady position, he makes it. Unbelievable. On his back, shot it and made it.
America's game. It's fantastic.
Rick Barry back with Bill Russell as we continue action here in the third period. Sixers leading by 4, their biggest advantage of the ball game. Larry Bird cuts it to a 2-point lead for Philadelphia. Larry now with 19 points.
A real quiet 19 at that.
Well, you don't figure him to stay at that 13.5-point average that he had in the first 2 games that these teams had. Larry Bird, much too good a player for that, as the shot clock ticks down to 8 seconds for Philadelphia.
That was not the shot that Moses wanted on that situation.
Ainge tracks it down for Boston, finds Seasting, and he finds the basket. 6 for Jerry. Tied at 65, 7:45 to play. Still have not tried to post up Julius. They're looking inside now. He's on the right part of your screen with Ainge. McHale with great defense on Barkley. Seasting against Cheeks.
That was a tough shot. Even a bad shot.
Barkley with the rebound. Back come the 76ers. Cheeks challenges McHale and loses. 2 good defensive efforts by Kevin McHale. Danny Ainge crashes into Barkley. They score it. No foul. Now, that either had to be a charge or a block with that kind of contact.
No blood, no foul.
Celtics by 2. Coming up on the 7-minute mark. Third period.
He might have called a contact after the ball left his hand. Still trying to give him a break, Rick.
It's unusual for you, Bill. 4 on the shot clock. 2. Irving from 16 can't get it to drop. Bird with another rebound.
And little
traveling. Drags the pivot foot. He doesn't believe it. I remember I never believed that I ever walk either when I played.
Both of you did, Rick.
Probably did. You never want to believe that you do. Shot clock inside of 10. Barkley with McHale on it. Good defense. Jones is open, though.
Good pass by Barkley. He does that as well as anyone. like winning out of bounds and jumping out of bounds and looking up and getting the ball there.
You better be grateful that Jones made the good cut because he was in big trouble jumping up out of bounds like that. Parrish loses the handle. Good save. Shot clock inside of 10. Larry Bird. 21 for Larry Bird. 5:50 to play, third quarter. Celtics again take the lead. Julius now gets the post up, and Parrish gets there too late to help out.
On the weak side, you got to time that just right. If you get there too soon, you get a foul. If you get there too late, it doesn't work.
Tied at 69. Danny Ainge, as we said before, has been shooting lights out the last 8 ball games for the Boston Celtics. Continues with the hot hand. Ainge now has 8 points. Irving again posts up Ainge. Jones keeps it alive. That's Maurice Cheeks. Bird. Good block. Although he was faked out, Barkley made a good play to recover on that one. Knocks it out of bounds. Let's watch it again. There's a little bump. He'll go to the Paratrooper Club with that good ball fake. But fortunately, comes down on the ball. Very lucky indeed. Larry Bird. Kept alive by Parrish with the height advantage over Barkley, and he scores it. That's 8 for Robert Parrish. The Celtics by 4. Their biggest lead was early in the game by 5. Leon Wood has come into the ball game for Philly.
Casey's having to go long minutes. Good move by Moses. Long minutes with the backcourt of Ainge and Seasting.
17 for Moses. Cuts it to a 2-point Boston lead. Moses off the McHale miss. Good defense by Seasting.
Very astute observation there, Rick.
And a great drive by Cheeks. Now watch Maurice on this one. Got Seasting a little bit complacent as he made a quick move baseline, Bill.
Fakes like he's going to go back out with it.
Seasting got frozen standing upright, and Cheeks with the reverse made a nice play. He's got 18 points and 10 assists so far in this ball game. We're tied at 73, 3:45 to play. Third period. Larry Bird. 23 for Larry Bird. Larry been only shooting 45% thus far this season, but he's warmed up here in the second half. Shot clock inside of 10. Barkley, McHale made him change it, and he got a prayer answered Christmas time early.
That's what called change for the better.
13 for Barkley. Tied at 75. Leon Wood, good hustle. Three-pointer, Ainge, count it. Ainge with 11. The Celtics by 3. Danny Ainge, who was tied for 10th in the league, was 10th in the league going into this game in three-point accuracies, 1 for 2 thus far tonight. Shot clock goes inside at 10. Offensive foul on Cheeks. Another good defensive effort by Jerry Seasting as Clement Johnson will be coming in. But first, we've got a timeout. 2:42 to go here in the third period. The Boston Celtics have eliminated that 1-point lead that Philadelphia had. They're now a lead by 3.
Introducing the amazing Minolta Maxim, the world's easiest SLR, because it alone has built-in automatic focusing. Look, Maxim's autofocus lets you get perfect shots before others can even focus. Change lenses. Maxim again gets the shots that used to get away.
Only the human eye focuses faster.
Minolta Maxim.
Only from the mind of Minolta.
so very long ago, the average four-cylinder engine looked something like this. But these days, four-cylinder engines look a little more like this. That's why we developed new Valvoline 4-Guard motor oil, specially formulated to protect today's harder-working, more complex four-cylinder engines. And it won't break down, even after 7,500 miles. Times have definitely changed. So maybe it's time to change your oil to new Valvoline 4-Guard.
Christmas Eve will be a little more meaningful this year. The Superstation brings you a special look at the man who personified the civil rights movement.
Today I still have a dream.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his plea for peace on earth, goodwill toward all men. Trumpet of Conscience, 10:05 Eastern, Tuesday, Christmas Eve night.
And for all of you college football fans, the Superstation is proud to bring you the All-American Bowl, December 31st, New Year's Eve, Georgia Tech against Michigan State, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Bob Neal and Tim Foley and Paul Horning will bring you all of the action there. And we've got plenty of basketball action for you here, NBA and Superstation style. The Celtics are battling against the Sixers, and Kevin McHale increases the Celtic lead to 5, their biggest lead of the ball game, with 2:25 to go in the third period. And for those of you who like statistics, the 76ers leading after 3 periods are 15-2. When they're trailing after 3 quarters, they have yet to win a game, 0-9. And at the front court scoring, Boston dominating there. Charles Barkley, good strong move inside by the second-year player. 15 points for Charles. McHale couldn't believe that it didn't go in and wanted the foul. Barkley. Traveling being called against Barkley. The big players, when they're on Barkley, cause them a lot of problems trying to get that shot off. He has to try and pull off some real acrobatic maneuvers to get those shots off when McHale and Parrish are on him. Kevin McHale with a tough roll. McHale, who had 18 at the half, has only had 4 points in this third period as we go inside of 1:30 to play. Malone tries to take it home. Barkley is there. 17 for Charles. It's a 1-point Boston lead. That's Clement Johnson on McHale. Good defense for a while, but one fake too many by Kevin McHale got the job done as Clement joined the old paratrooper club, and Kevin now has 24 points. 50 seconds to play. Third period as Maurice Cheeks cuts it back now to a 1-point Boston Celtic lead. That's 20 for Cheeks. Malone actually stuck his hand up in the basket on that shot by Ainge. Final 30 seconds. Wood. That was an excellent move by Leon Wood, Bill. I think if he could have taken it a little further and used the glass and laid it off on the right side, it was a little better. 3-pointer, Seasting. McHale. He'll go to the free throw line with 16 seconds to go here in the third period.
I thought they should have held it up for one shot.
When Leon had it.
No, when Boston got it, there were 25 seconds left. And they took a shot with 16 seconds left. That's not very much time. But it worked out pretty good so far. They got the McHale at the foul line.
Increases it to a 2-point Boston advantage. 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 block shots thus far for Kevin McHale. 3-point Boston lead, 16 seconds. Philadelphia will play for the last shot.
And unless it's a 3-pointer,
they're going to be fighting that old 0-9 that they've gone into the last quarter trailing. Yes, exactly right. But of course, the percentages have to be in their favor with that statistic. Cheeks. And if that had dropped, he would have had the chance for that 3-pointer. Seasting with the foul. 2 on Seasting. That's only the first in the last 2 minutes on the part of the Celtics, as Bobby Jones will be re-entering here for defensive purposes in the last 3 seconds. Gives Barkley a little bit of a rest, a few seconds extra. 21 for Cheeks to go along with his 10 assists thus far tonight. Doing quite a job with the shoulder that was so sore last night that he had trouble lifting it. And that's the right shoulder, which he shoots with. Good lead pass to Bird. He can get it off. 1 second. And the way he's been shooting in the third period, I'm surprised that one didn't go in, Bell. Larry Bird going to the bench. He goes to the bench having helped the Boston Celtics turn things around. They trailed by 1 at the end of the half. They now lead by 1, 84 to 83. And if the fourth period is anything like the last, hold on.
Where I come from, there's a time of year folks have never outgrown, when hopes are bright and hearts are full of cheer, and thoughts turn to home, when people gather with their families and raise their voices in song. It's a season of peace, a time of goodwill, when spirits run strong. Christmas Day, the American way. Jingle bells and the one-horse sleigh. May the joy of the season come to you and yours this day. Christmas Day, the American way.
This Christmas carol was brought to you by the people at Miller High Life. Merry Christmas.
In a recent independent test, new car shoppers compared Renault Alliance to Toyota Corolla. In riding comfort, Renault won. Driving ease, Renault won. In styling, comfort, and convenience, Renault won. In fact, Renault won over Toyota in 29 out of 30 categories. Renault Alliance with 550 Plus, America's best small car protection.
Get a holiday cash bonus of up to $700 on selected new Renault Alliance and Encore models.
The big shot, the mascot of the Philadelphia 76ers, just took care of the Boston Strangler. Here's a little bit on tape of what the old big shot was doing to the old Strangler. A little flying pancake move there. And then he put the coup de grace on him right after that.
That's what you call it.
And here it is, the old real coup de grace as the Strangler goes down for the count. Now, the fans here should hope that the Philadelphia 76er basketball team, led by that man, Matt Gukas, can find a way to turn things around here and come up with a victory against the Celtics, which would be their first in 3 tries thus far this season, scoring by quarters. 76ers against their opponents, you can see that they tally the least amount of points for themselves in the 4th period. Bill Walton has come into the ball game for Boston along with Sam Vincent. So Vincent's in the back with Ainge. It's Bird, McHale, and Walton. Wood, Jones, Malone, Clem Johnson, and Cheeks for the 76ers. McHale. It's a good pass from Walton. Cheeks tracks down the miss. Wide open, Leon Wood. Did they get it to him? Bobby Jones with the follow-up.
You think they're playing in tricks or what?
Sixers back in front. That's where they were at the end of the half. They led by 1. Walton to Vincent. No angle that time. Cheeks with another rebound. Back come the Sixers. 4 against 2. Cheeks to Malone. Take down. Sixers by 3.
Time for a timeout.
Almost thrown away by Ainge. Bird drifting left. Malone. Take it away. Vincent, but then to Clement Johnson. 4 against 2 again. Malone. Traveling. Here's the last basket, Bill.
You think Moses is ready?
Indeed, he is ready. And like you said, Boston needs to call a timeout. And your old roommate and teammate must have heard you, because with 10:54 to go here in the final period, Boston's taking a timeout. They trail now by 3.
Seiko turns black into brilliance with an alarm in an elegant dress watch. The track bracelet watch, linked with gold tone, ultra thin, ultra rich. gleaming borderlines for the dual display watch. And the sleek, bold look of the first analog quartz chronograph, now in titanium. Man invented time. Seiko perfected it. In the high-tech world of car stereo, high technology must go beyond what the eye can see. Kenwood believes in the essentials, in achieving sound perfection, by building car stereo components that produce sound of startling realism and depth. Sound perfection. It doesn't get any closer than this.
For your nearest Kenwood dealer, call 1-800-CAR-SOUND.
Memories of the smiles we left behind, smiles we gave to one another.
Why trust moments like these to anything other than Kodak videotape? It captures the sights and sounds of every moment with color that's beautifully accurate, unmistakably Kodak.
For the way we were.
When the moment means more, trust it to Kodak videotape.
And people in the Christmas spirit here in Philadelphia, reminder that on Christmas night, Bill and I will bring you the action of the Los Angeles Clippers going against the Portland Trailblazers from Portland, Oregon, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time, Christmas night. And we hope that you'll join us for part of your holiday activities. And if it's anything like this ball game, you certainly will not want to miss it. Wedman has come in for his first tour of duty in tonight's ball game. Remember, Dennis Johnson, if you joined us, has been thrown out of the ball game. It happened in the first half. Cheeks knocks it out of bounds. On the men's scoreboard, Dominique Wilkins, 49 points as Atlanta beats Houston. And Houston having trouble on the road. New Jersey, a 4-point winner over Indiana. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Jump ball against Bobby Jones and Bill Walton. They actually would have been better off not jumping on the ball because the 24-second violation would have turned it back over to Philly. Knocked away by Moses.
If you just let him have it. But if you're a player like Bobby Jones, there's no way you can do that.
Instinctive. You go after the loose ball. Rick Carlisle with his first duty as Vincent goes to the bench.
Now this is where Casey has to go to his bench.
Walton stole the jump.
Got jumping over.
They say that both players stole it.
When Casey has to go to his bench, now this is where he misses Dennis Johnson. Instead of going to the bench and getting C-Sting, he goes to the bench and gets Carlisle. And not against Carlisle, but he's not obviously not as good as C-Sting, or he would be playing more.
Wedman from 18. Wood tracks it down for Philadelphia. A chance to get their biggest lead in the ball game. Their biggest lead has been 4.
Now, Cheeks is played without break the whole second half, I think. And
Moses with an almost impossible shot will go to the free throw line. They call Kevin McHale for pushing. 4 on Kevin. First team foul against Boston. Parrish is coming back in. Walton to the bench. Bird also coming back in. Casey Jones not wanting to let this game get out of reach as Wedman goes to the bench.
Well, you know, when you put a guy in and you leave him only in it for a minute, it's because you're looking for a certain thing, and if he's not ready right away, you don't have time.
What you're saying, if Wedman had hit that first shot, he might have stayed in a little longer.
Because he put him in there to hit that open shot.
Moses, 19 points, 9 rebounds tonight. And he doesn't even match the biggest lead for Philadelphia as he doesn't come through on the free throws. Inside of 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Shot clock goes inside of 10. 2-man game. Parrish on the pick and roll. Clement Johnson. 4 against 2 for Philly. Moses is open. Biggest lead in the game for Philadelphia. Malone with 21. McHale comes back. Johnson again. Brings the crowd to its feet. Here it is again.
That's a super block right there.
Shot clock inside of 10. Leon Wood knocks it away. Parrish travels. They're going to call a foul, however, but he did travel. He changed pivot feet. Leon Wood called for the foul. Boston 0 for 6 here at the start of this fourth period. Philadelphia 3 for 4. Jim Stamos, my statistician, right on top of things. Bird finds Carlisle. Another block for Johnson.
Is that Clement Johnson ready for the fourth quarter tonight?
Perfect timing again on the part of Clement Johnson. We're back live. Larry Bird can't find the range. Johnson with the rebound. He finds Wood. 2 against 1. Bird and Jones with Wood. Leon. Biggest lead in the game now for Philly as they increase it to a 7-point advantage. 8:45 to play. You would think it's playoff time here at the Spectrum. Johnson again.
Philadelphia's doing it with the defense.
Moses battles Parrish. Last touch by Malone. It'll be Boston ball. 9 seconds on the shot clock.
No, I think they're giving it. McHale touched it last, Greg.
McHale touched it last. Okay. Moses with 7 on the shot clock. Bird for Boston. 19 blocks in this game so far, Bill. 10 for Philly, 9 for Boston. Illegal defensive warding against Philadelphia as Charles Barkley, who has gotten plenty of rest, comes into the ball game. They said he had a touch of the flu last night. Moses gets a rest. Barkley.
The way Clement Johnson's playing, they can afford to give Moses a little rest.
Boston has decided to take a timeout as the fans here give a standing ovation to their team as they lead the Boston Celtics 91-84, but we still have plenty of time left. 8:09.
A Ranger never takes the easy way out.
You're reaching deep inside you for things you've never known.
Go! That's why getting into the Rangers is tough, and the training is tough.
Be all that you can be.
So it makes me feel like I'm part of something really special.
Be all that you can be.
And I'm not the only one.
Find your future in the Army.
We're back. As it was a 20-second timeout, not a full timeout. Charge to Boston. Parrish with the advantage over Barkley. Turns off that Philadelphia streak. Cut it to a 5-point lead now. Robert Parrish has 10.
Philadelphia got that lead on just playing hard work, good hustle, and great defense.
McHale made Barkley change it again. Clement Johnson battles. Ainge finally controls. McHale.
Good move by McHale because Bobby Jones had established position. If there had been a contact, it would have been an offensive foul.
28 for Kevin McHale. He was the leading scorer in Game 1 in this series this year with 32 points. Leon Wood can't find it, but Barkley does come up with it. New 24-second clock. Coming up on the 7-minute mark here. Fourth period. 3-pointer. Leon Wood. Count it. Leon Wood, the #1 field goal shooter for the 3-point range. 6-point lead now for Philly. Barkley with the foul as he went for the steal against Parrish. That's going to be the second team foul against Philly.
Now, Parrish caused that foul because he moved to the ball, and he kept Barkley from being able to go and shoulder cleanly and get him in foul trouble.
There he was. It's just what you pointed out, Bill. Made the move. Barkley couldn't get around him that time. McHale. Clement Johnson keeps it alive. Controlled by Bobby Jones. Boston back well this time. Jones is the trailer. Barkley comes away with it. McHale. They're calling traveling first. No, offensive foul they're calling against Barkley. Again, the height advantage of McHale causes such a problem for Barkley inside as Julius Erving comes in for Bobby Jones. The third foul against Charles. And what a difference on the inside scoring, Bill. First half, Boston 28-22 advantage. In the second half, Philly 24-14 advantage. Philadelphia controlling the boards in the fourth quarter, 11-4. Knocked away, 3 against 1. Cheeks. Barkley kicks it out of bounds. Why he didn't go to Wood on the right side. A big break for Boston.
Familiarity. He's not familiar with this lineup. And that really determines where you're going to drop the ball off and who you're going to give it to.
Probably wanted Barkley to control and dunk it. Barkley again over the back of Robert Parrish. Third team foul against Philadelphia.
Well, he's shooting the free throws if he's going to shoot. No, that's out of bounds.
That's only the third team foul. Boston only has one. We've got 6:03 to play in the ball game. 6-point lead for the 76ers. Their biggest lead was 7. Clem Johnson battling with McHale. Blocked by Clem Johnson. His 4th block in this quarter alone. Moses will be coming back in on the next dead ball for Philadelphia. Shot clock goes down inside of 10 for Philly. From 18, that's Maurice Cheeks. Maurice has 24. Now it's the biggest lead of the game for Philadelphia. They lead by 8, 5:25 to play. This is where the 76ers have not been executing going down the stretch. Let's see what happens. Parrish cuts it to a 6-point lead, 12 for Robert.
I think the way Maurice Cheeks is playing tonight, they might be able to execute. I expect them to be able to execute going down the stretch.
Leon Wood from 19.
Maybe all that shooting that he's been doing is paying off.
9 points for Leon Wood. McHale battles with Clement Johnson, and Johnson hooked him that time as he was in front. He hooked him with the right arm. Clement Johnson will get a big ovation as he goes to the bench. Moses comes in. And he deserves it, Bill. Helped ignite the 76er streak to give him the advantage. Start of the fourth period. Larry Bird.
That's a tough shot.
6-point Philadelphia lead. 4:40 to play. Larry Bird has 26. Shot clock down to 9. Cheeks from 19. McHale keeps it alive. Ainge has it. 3 against 2 for Boston. That's Bird. It's a 4-point lead only for the 76ers.
Now they're going to call timeout.
Wisely so, because all of a sudden that 8-point advantage has been cut right in half in just a 15-second period of time. Matty Gook is concerned about his ball club. With 4:16 to go, they still lead by 4, however.
The way you blew into town and looked all around, well, I knew right then that you were new. You looked so fine and you cut such a fine line that I knew what I had to do. So I'm keeping an eye on you. Keeping an eye on...
There's a new truck on the road. It's called Comanche. It's built by Jeep. It's worth a look.
Now there are special factory-to-dealer incentives on selected Jeep vehicles and Eagle.
Big wins are won with a heart. Big wins are won with a heart.
Find out about sports for people with disabilities. Call your Easter Seal Society.
Big wins are always won with a heart. Extra, extra, read all about it. Perry Mason loses first case.
Can it be true? Perry Mason, America's lawyer, loses a case?
Extra bonus, color edition.
And you'll see the only color episode of Perry Mason. Host Barbara Hale, alias Della Street, shares her all-time favorite case and reveals some little-known facts.
Perry Mason, America's lawyer.
8:05 Eastern, exclusively on the Superstation, Monday night.
A look at the men's scoreboard. Some more finals. The Knicks beating Detroit by 2. The Lakers continue to roll on this road trip. 4-0 on this trip. 96-84 as they improve on their best record in the league.
And we have Kareem could shoot over a bowl, huh?
I guess he could. There's only been 2 free throws attempted so far in this quarter as the officials, I guess, Bill, decided to let the 2 teams play. It's been a war. Shot clock goes inside of 10 for Philadelphia. They're looking for Moses inside. There's 5 on the shot clock right now. Not the shot that I think Matt Gukas wanted. And they get it back. Maurice Cheeks is there. He's been doing everything tonight for this Philadelphia ball club. 3:45 to play. Quick move, Malone. Count it. Uh-oh. Robert Parrish with 4 fouls. 23 for Malone. Moses had only 9 at the half. Comes through this time with the free throw. Back up to a 7-point advantage for the 76ers. 3:44 to play. The loss of Dennis Johnson seeming to be taking its toll, I think, on the Boston team, Bill.
I think that the way Maurice Cheeks was playing, I don't think it would have made any difference.
Moses Malone called for the foul. That's going to be the penalty.
You see, when Dennis goes out, that's tough. But your team's got to be able to play no matter who goes out. And the way Maurice Cheeks is playing tonight, and the body language that I saw from him in the first half, I expect him to be playing well.
29 now for Kevin McHale. 6-point 76er advantage. 3:31 to go in this ball game.
Plenty of time for anything to happen. You know, I watch this game and I'm just loving it. I'm thinking that no matter who wins, the biggest winner is pro basketball. Because this is games like this help pro basketball.
Traveling on Malone. Another turnover now. That's 15 turnovers, 14 turnovers for Philadelphia. Barkley goes for the steal again. Ten on the shot clock. Bird and Irving, 2 of the great ones. Bird wins.
And
29.
Good defense.
29 for Larry. It's a 3-point Philadelphia lead with 2:55 to play. Don't go to the refrigerator yet, folks.
Good move and pick by Moses to Leon Wood.
Shot clock down to 7.
On the move about 6 yards.
Shot clock is at 3. Knocked away by Seasting. McHale comes away with it. And Boston continues to chip away at that lead. Not the best shot that time, I don't think, by Larry. He didn't have anybody under the basket.
He's so confident in that shot, he didn't think he needed a rebounder.
Leon Wood from about 20. 11 for Leon Wood. Back up to a 5-point Philadelphia lead. 2:05 to play. Parrish was hooking that time. The ball's knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Philadelphia ball. Matty Gukas.
Very easy to call a fifth foul on him on that play.
He had a left-hand hook that time. He hooked him with the left arm, got away with it. Philly's bench outscoring Boston's by 5 points, and that's the difference in the ball game as we come inside of 1:50 to play. 10 on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Cheeks. That could do it for Philadelphia. 26 for Maurice Cheeks. Malone gets the foul over the back of McHale as he went for the steal.
He got there late. Good hustle. Make him shoot the free throws.
3 fouls on Moses. The penalty against 76ers. McHale with 29 points will try to cut into that 7-point advantage. If he gets these 2, and it's a 5-point game, if Philadelphia can score one more time, they should put the game out of reach, but it's certainly not out of reach right now for the Boston Celtics. 31 for Kevin McHale. And a very important possession right here for both ball clubs. There's the game clock at the top of your screen.
And here's the guy that's kept the Sixers in the game.
Good save by Wood. defense good by McHale. Plenty of time for Boston. 1:10. McHale. Kevin McHale with 34. Matty Gukas takes a timeout. We still have 1:03 to play. And it's only a 3-point advantage for the 76ers. So hold on to your hats, folks. Anything can happen in the NBA, and usually does.
More and more men are keeping their bodies in shape by exercising regularly. There's a regular exercise for keeping a man's face in shape, too. Skin Bracer Aftershave. After every shave. Skin Bracer's specially formulated to cool and soothe your face, to tighten your pores. Skin Bracer's not cologne. It's skin care you need.
Thanks. I needed that.
Keep your face in shape with great-smelling Skin Bracer Aftershave. After every shave. Skin Bracer.
In a recent independent test, new car shoppers compared Renault Alliance to Toyota Corolla. In riding comfort, Renault won. Driving ease, Renault won. In styling, comfort, and convenience, Renault won. In fact, Renault won over Toyota in 29 out of 30 categories. Renault Alliance, with 550 Plus, America's best small car protection.
Get a holiday cash bonus of up to $700 on selected new Renault Alliance and Encore models.
Extra, read all about it. Perry Mason loses first case.
Can it be true? Perry Mason, America's lawyer, loses a case?
Extra bonus, color edition.
And you'll see the only color episode of Perry Mason. Host Barbara Hale, alias Della Street, shares her all-time favorite case and reveals some little-known facts.
Perry Mason, America's lawyer.
8:05 Eastern, exclusively on the Superstation, Monday night.
Rick Barry back with Bill Russell. We've got 1:03 of action to bring you. It's been an exciting ball game. Interesting, Bill, that the front line of Boston has outscored Phillies 81-54, but yet both teams have scored 50 points each on inside scoring opportunities. So the Philadelphia guard corps has been doing an outstanding job to keep that statistic relatively close. And usually the team inside wins. Almost turned over that time by Philadelphia. They need a basket right here to try and preserve this victory, or to get a victory. And it will be a hard-earned one if they do achieve that. From 17, Julius Erving. Barkley! Last touched by Robert Parrish. It will be Philadelphia ball, and that extra time in the clock helps. 47 seconds. The Sixers can hold it without shooting. Then the Celtics would have to come up with a three-point play because the Sixers can actually run out the clock with 2 possessions. They've got to use the clock. No quick shot here. 15 on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Wood should not have done that. Moses gets it back. Blocked by Parrish off the foot of Ames. Philly ball. Leon Wood took a bad shot, I think, Bill, with plenty of time on the shot clock as we'll watch it come up again. Well, here's Moses' second chance. Right off the foot of Ames. Great hustle, but no way he can get to it. Excellent camera work on the part of our crew. Now, Bill, what do you do if you're Boston? You have a serious situation to face here with 28 seconds to go, trailing by 3, and it's Philly's ball.
You can't foul them. You just got to play hard-nosed defense and make sure that if they get a shot, it's any kind of shot they miss, that you come up with the ball this time.
Well, 5 straight times the Sixers have taken a shot, missed, and Boston has not gotten the ball back, and that has been very, very costly to them here in the closing stages. Now, you say no foul, but you only have 28 seconds left. You can't let them use the clock. I would think you would want to go for the steal on the inbounds pass. If you don't get it, foul. What other chance do you really have?
Well, if you foul and they make both free throws, you're 5 down.
Well, then you still go back down, go for a three-pointer, foul them again, and just keep playing that game if you have to.
Well, I think you can play the gambling defense, but don't foul them.
There's the scoring by the quarters. You see, it's been a very intense 4th period. Not a lot of scoring, but there's been a lot of hard-nosed defense being played. Well, they didn't go for the steal, and they're not taking the foul right now.
Come on, go!
Okay, now they take the foul.
If they're going to take the foul, they should have taken it earlier.
Exactly. I mean, if you're going to go for the steal, foul then. If not, you say play good defense. You hope to get the ball back and then have an opportunity to get the three-pointer to tie it. And, of course, that's only the first foul in the last 2 minutes for Boston, so it's still Philadelphia ball with a new 24-second clock, which they don't need because there's only 19 left. Now they go for the quick steal, the quick foul, I should say.
They should have done that in the first one.
Exactly. So there actually was not actually taking full advantage of the situation on the court with that foul by Seasting. So either one or the other, Bill, right? Go for the steal foul early, or play good defense, make them shoot it, get it back, timeout, and go for the three-point chance to try it.
Now he still has to make one of these.
Exactly. He definitely has to make at least one.
He did that.
Barkley with 18 points. His first points in the first fourth period. Leon Wood goes to the bench with a nice preserved head.
They got a lot of good players out there benching that in Leon Wood and Freeman Johnson. The Sixers I'm talking about.
Timeout, Boston. Barkley with 18 points, 11 rebounds. Now here's the situation. It's 17 seconds left in the game. It's the Sixers by 4. Boston with the ball.
Now you go down and you take the first available basket with a 2 or 3 points.
If they want to give you an easy one, just go take it, right?
Yes, if you can take, if you get a 2-pointer, take it. And then maybe you foul again.
In other words, play tough defense, try and steal the inbound pass.
Yes, if you get a 3-pointer, then you foul and hope they miss one.
A reminder that right after tonight's game, stay tuned for SEC Football 85. Headlines, heroes, and the Heisman. That'll be Bob Neal and Tim Foley looking back at the great season in SEC football. That's immediately following this ball game. But now if you're Philadelphia, Bill, you certainly, I would think, want to play tough defense and make them eat up some time on the clock and not concede an easy basket.
Well, what I would do, they got a good defense team out there. I will make them shoot a 2-pointer. I would not let them shoot a 3-pointer. I would make them go inside. Make them go inside, they get a 2-pointer. I still got a 2-point lead. And when they foul, if I make one, if I make both of them, they're out of it. If I make one, they got to come on a 3-pointer. I would not let them get a 3-pointer first, so that they're looking for a 2-pointer to tie.
Okay, now, what is your evaluation of the way the 76ers have performed down the stretch here as opposed to the last time we saw them in this building?
Well, as I said a little earlier, I thought that Maurice Cheeks, the way he's playing tonight, he wasn't going to let him fall to going down the stretch.
I've noticed a big difference, however, in the play of Leon Wood since we saw him last. Seems to be playing with a lot more confidence.
Well, he's a guy that can shoot, but he can shoot you in a game and out of a game.
This time he shot a minute. Kevin McHale.
Now they got Scott Whitman in there, and that would be, you would think that'd be for a 3-point shot.
Right, McHale on the bench.
So you got he and Larry Bird on this side trying to pick for each other.
Larry Bird goes for the quick 2. He will not get it. Barkley with the rebound. Bobby Jones wide open. He'll take it. The 76ers will win their first ball game against the Celtics this season. 3-pointer Seasting. Rebound Julian. 2 seconds. 1 second. And the Philadelphia 76ers have finally beaten the Celtics in this 85-86 season. They came through with a victory, 108 to 102, and I guess now they're 1-9 after trailing at the end of the third period. Bill and I will be back with some final comments on our player of the game in just a moment.
Okay, into the showers. Let's build body with the Prel 1-2. The conditioner's new.
1, shampoo in, body in, fullness in.
Prel Body.
2,
New Prel protein-enriched conditioner.
conditioner in, protein in, condition in, control in.
That's Prel Body.
Full body shampoo.
And new Prel conditioner. It's my bodybuilding system for hair.
In a recent independent test, new car shoppers compared Renault Encore to Ford Escort. On roominess, Renault won. Pickup and passing, Renault won. In styling, Renault's European design won again. In fact, Renault won over Ford in 29 of 30 categories. Renault Encore, with 550 plus, America's best small car protection.
Get a holiday cash bonus of up to $700 on selected new Renault Alliance and Encore models.
Our Light Beer and Turner Broadcasting Most Valuable Player of the Game is Maurice Cheeks, 26 points, 14 assists, 4 steals, and terrific floor leadership for the 76ers in their victory tonight. Light Beer from Miller is proud to present a check for $500 to the National Multiple Sclerosis Foundation on behalf of Maurice Cheeks. A reminder that our next telecast will be Christmas night from Portland, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Bill and I will be there to bring you all of the action as the Clippers journey up to Portland to take on the 76ers. We hope you'll join us for that. We hope that you'll have a wonderful Christmas, which is coming up, a fitting game to go into the Christmas season with, and a nice gift for the 76ers as they gain their first win against the Boston Celtics thus far this season. Coming up right after tonight's telecast, stay tuned for a coverage of SEC 1985 football with Tim Foley and also